What happens when family traditions clash with modern values? When rigid rules suffocate love, loyalty, and connection? Let's dive into a series of raw, emotional stories that expose the messy truth about family dynamics. Stories that will make you question everything you thought you knew about relationships, respect, and responsibility. These aren't just tales of conflict. They're a mirror reflecting our deepest biases, our unspoken fears, and the courage it takes to break free from outdated norms. Buckle up, because this isn't your typical family drama. It's a roller coaster of heartbreak, defiance, and hard-won lessons that will leave you rethinking what family really means. First, picture a woman caught between her husband's ironclad beliefs and her family's rebellion. Her husband, a deeply religious and traditional man, lives by a strict code. No meeting the family until you're ready to tie the knot. For him, it's not just a preference. It's a non-negotiable principle rooted in his faith and upbringing. When they got engaged, she met his family for the first time, and he met hers. No big deal, right? She didn't grow up this way, but she loves him, so she rolled with it. Love makes you compromise, after all. But here's where it gets messy. Her brother, a serial dater who cycled through girlfriends like Netflix shows, didn't share her husband's values. Her husband didn't care about her brother's dating life. Live and let live, you'd think, but the idea of her brother bringing one of his flings to a family gathering, that was a line in the sand. He'd lose it, ranting about how it disrespects the sanctity of family. Her brother wasn't even planning to bring anyone, but he got fed up with her husband's heated lectures. Who I bring to family events is none of his business, he snapped. And honestly, can you blame him? Fast forward a year and a half. Her brother's now in a serious relationship with a sweet, kind woman. They're talking engagement, the real deal. The couple's met everyone, including the husband, who has no personal beef with the girlfriend. But then Christmas rolls around, and the husband lays down the law. If her parents host, they'd better tell her brother his girlfriend isn't invited. Why? Because they're not engaged yet. Her parents were livid, calling the couple unreasonable, but they caved and excluded the girlfriend. Her brother? Furious. He showed up to Christmas, but he made it clear he wasn't happy. She'll be welcome when you make it official, she told him, trying to smooth things over. It's not personal, but it felt personal to him, and the tension simmered. Then came her mom's birthday. After 2 years of quiet celebrations, her mom wanted a big party, a chance to bring everyone together. But her husband doubled down, reminding her mom of the no-girlfriend rule. This time, her parents pushed back hard. You don't get to dictate who comes to our house, they said. She's coming, whether you like it or not. And she did. Her brother showed up with his girlfriend, acting like he'd just won a moral victory. Her husband? He was seething, silent all night, barely acknowledging anyone. As they left, he hissed at her brother. You must feel proud for acting like a jerk. The fallout was brutal. Her entire family called him out, labeling their rule absurd. She stood by her husband, but now she's wondering, was she wrong? Here's the hook. What if her husband's rule isn't about tradition at all? What if it's about control, disguised as faith? We like to think our beliefs are sacred, but sometimes they're just walls we build to keep others in line. This story taps into a universal tension, the clash between personal values and family unity. Her husband's rule might feel righteous to him, but it's alienating everyone else. And she's caught in the middle, torn between loyalty to her spouse and love for her family. It's a classic cognitive bias, confirmation bias, where we cling to rules that reinforce our worldview, even when they hurt the people we care about. The emotional pull here is visceral. Who hasn't felt trapped between two sides, desperate to keep the peace? Now let's shift gears to another family, another fight. Imagine a backyard barbecue, the kind where laughter and clinking glasses fill the air. A woman's daughter and son-in-law are there, animal lovers with 2 dogs and a cat. Their home is a furry paradise, clean, but covered in pet hair. They vacuum constantly, groom their pets meticulously, even clean their dog's paws after walks. At the party, the conversation turns to pets. One cousin has a dog. Another despises animal fur, and the vibe shifts. The cousin's new wife, married just months ago, declares she can't stand pets in houses, especially on furniture. Gross, she says, wrinkling her nose. Then she points at the woman's daughter. I'd never visit her house. 2 dogs and a cat? I can't imagine the dirt and fur. The daughter's face hardens. Who said you'd be welcome anyway? She fires back. I didn't invite you, and I don't plan to. The cousins jump in, calling her rude. The woman's sister chimes in, scolding her daughter for being so harsh. You can't exclude family just because they don't like pets, she says. Make some adjustments for guests. But the daughter's not having it. Why should I? If they think my home's gross, they can stay away. The woman calls her daughter out, telling her she's overreacting. Her daughter snaps. You're an idiot for defending people who insulted me. She storms off with her husband, leaving the party in awkward silence. Later, her husband sides with their daughter, saying she was just defending herself. Now the woman's questioning everything. This story flips the script. What if standing up for yourself means shutting out family? The daughter's reaction wasn't polite, but it was raw, honest, and fiercely protective of her identity. The nephew's wife crossed the line, publicly shaming her lifestyle. Yet the family piled on, demanding she play nice. It's a textbook example of the bandwagon effect. Everyone jumping on the be polite train, ignoring the initial provocation. The emotional core here is betrayal. The daughter expected her mom to have her back, but instead, she felt ganged up on. It's a gut punch that resonates with anyone who's ever felt judged for who they are. Next, consider a grandmother raising her granddaughter, Annabella. Her son, Julius, got his girlfriend pregnant at 19. The girlfriend was deported, leaving the grandmother with full custody. She's poured her heart into raising Annabella, but Julius? He's barely there. He shows up once a month with toys, plays dad for a day, then vanishes back to his new family, his wife Katia, and their 2 boys. Annabella adores him, but his absence breaks her heart. Katia, his wife, would love to have Annabella live with them, but Julius insists she stay with his mom. When he announces a Disneyland trip for his boys, the grandmother assumes Annabella's included. He shuts her down. She's not coming. Furious, she insists he take her. He calls her an idiot for trying to control him. This one hits hard because it's not just about neglect, it's about abandonment. Julius isn't just a flaky dad. He's choosing one family over another. The grandmother's fighting for Annabella, but she's up against a son who's checked out. It's a painful example of the sunk cost fallacy. She's invested so much in raising Annabella, but she can't force Julius to step up. The emotional weight is crushing. Annabella's love for her dad is a one-way street, and the grandmother's powerless to fix it. The controversial angle? Maybe Julius shouldn't be in Annabella's life at all. Cutting him out might hurt less than his half-hearted presence. Now, picture a mother grappling with a teenage betrayal. Her younger daughter cheated with her older daughter's boyfriend, shattering her sister's heart. The younger one's unapologetic, claiming they fell in love, and her sister should understand. The mother, stunned, sends her to her room and tries to comfort her older daughter. To keep the peace, she sends a younger one to stay with her dad for a few weeks. Her mom, her own mother, calls her out, saying she's picking sides and risking her younger daughter's trust. The mother's torn. She can't imagine betraying a sibling like this. but she doesn't want her daughter to feel unloved. Friends and family are split, leaving her questioning her choice. This story is a minefield of loyalty and consequence. The younger daughter's actions were selfish, but kicking her out risks permanent damage. It's a classic false dilemma. Protect one daughter, hurt the other. The emotional hook is the mother's fear of losing either child, compounded by her own sibling loyalty. The controversial twist? Maybe the mother should let the sisters fight it out, no intervention. Forcing reconciliation might backfire, but stepping back could teach them accountability. Finally, imagine a mom trying to break the cycle of her abusive childhood. Her young son keeps playing with water, spilling it everywhere. She warns him it's dangerous, but he doesn't listen. Sure enough, her toddler daughter slips on a wet floor and gets a bump on her head. Furious, she puts him in timeout, makes him apologize, and tells him his actions caused his sister's injury. Her husband calls it emotional mistreatment, leaving her second-guessing herself. This one's relatable because every parent's been there, trying to teach a lesson without crossing a line. The mom's intent was clear. Actions have consequences. But her husband's critique taps into a deeper fear. Am I repeating my parents' mistakes? It's a subtle nod to the halo effect, where one bad outcome, the injury, overshadows her good intentions. The emotional pull is her vulnerability, her desperate need to do better than her mother. The bold stance? She's right to hold her son accountable. Sugarcoating consequences doesn't build character, it breeds entitlement. These stories aren't just drama. They're a masterclass in human behavior. They expose our biases, our need to control, to conform, to avoid conflict at all costs. They challenge us to question the rules we live by, whether they're rooted in tradition, fear, or love. The real takeaway? Family isn't about perfection. It's about navigating the mess with honesty and courage. So, next time you're caught in a family feud, ask yourself, am I fighting for what's right, or just clinging to what's comfortable? That's the question that'll keep you up at night.